Hello and welcome back to Rhun and our Tales from the Age of Men playthrough. We are here against Mr. Imak because, well, he's one of the skirmishers that are nearby, and I would like to try to prevent him from piling on to our allied army and assuring their defeat. Let's see what happens, because for me personally, I think I might be able to intercept yet another person, and if I can do that, that's going to make a huge difference to our allies' chances of success. I didn't really want to go in there with them for obvious reasons. You know, it's a little bit, I don't know, it feels like we're pigeonholing ourselves kind of dramatically, despite the fact that I think that we could possibly win. I think this is a little bit easier, a little bit safer for us in general. And despite the fact that obviously in the previous episode we had some stability issues, let's hope that that doesn't happen here. I actually think that I'm going to test this out, obviously, because generally I do think that most of the time whenever a crash actually occurs, I believe it's because of my usage of super speed. You see, that's the that's the funny part, because obviously I'm like, well, yeah, you know, I really love this mod. I really love using super speed a huge amount, and I love Tales from the Age of Men. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and it's becoming, yeah, it's getting even better, and I love being able to use both of them at the same time. But if obviously I'm unable to use super speed even more, then that's just how it's gonna have to be. I'm just gonna have to make do. I'm just gonna have to make do with what I have, and that means I won't be able to go super speedy and actually make things a little bit less time consuming for us. But anyway, let's try and see if I can. I'm gonna just basically, this has been my strategy over the past couple of battles. I've basically just been trying to graze opponents ever so slightly, and it has actually made a huge difference to our overall damage dealing, because you can see here, look at how much damage we're actually able to do here. We are even leveling up. Look at this, we're even leveling up really nicely. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these people... I'm actually, you know what? I'm not going to attack with my weapon anymore, and we're just going to see how much damage I can actually... Look at this. I'm killing enemies just by using my horse. And I think that generally that is hilarious. I think that's very funny. If I use my ability as well, it's going to get even better. I mean, literally, my charge damage, if I can actually speed up a little bit here, would be so much better. Unfortunately, we are in this situation here right now, so it's not doing that much, unfortunately, but it's okay. You know, it's fine. It's fine. We're going to be okay, and we're going to be more than capable of being able to achieve victory here. And I would love to be able to enter a siege. You know what? Should I get off my mount? You know what? I'm going to get off my mount just because it would be way too simple for me to stay on my mount and just kind of chill. But, you know, it's going to be a lot more fun for me to do this and gain massive amounts of athletic skill. There we go. Huge amounts already. We're almost at 150. Can I get another one? Can I get another? No? No? No, no, it doesn't seem like it. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, I guess that's put paid to that. I was about to speed up. Oh no, I was about to use super speed. Yeah, but as I say, I think that probably does have some kind of impact on it, unfortunately, or at least that's what it seems like to me. I have a suspicion that is indeed the case. But, well, let's see. Who knows? Oh, hello. Come on up. Get him. Oh, unfortunate. He managed to get back up. I'm actually really surprised we're knocking people down. It's pretty fun, actually, to be able to knock people down with a spear like this. Maybe we can get to 275. Let's see. Nice. Big damage. Nice. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Nice. We got to 182. We literally got to 182 in one battle. Actually, crazy. We were at 131 as far as I'm aware, so we got over 50 points in one battle. That is absolutely amazing. Love that. Yeah, as you can see, we got, 52 points in actual fact. So there you go. We got 10 round, a little bit of influence there, and we didn't crash, which makes me think that it is indeed super speed that is causing the problem, and that makes me a little bit sad. Yeah, because I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to continue using it, but as I said before in the previous episode, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. It is not recommended to use any other mods, just because it will introduce a bunch of instability potentially. So yeah, I might have to disable it or something like that. Anyway, as you can see, we do have Galyk going in there, and I'm not a big fan of him. I would have actually liked to... Yep, as you can see, I'm not going to be able to do anything here, unfortunately. I might be able to... yeah, I might be able to take this, actually. What if I become a vassal? What do you think about becoming a vassal? My mercenary wages are not really that much. As you can see, I could potentially get... Yeah, I can get... Oh, no, only one? Only one of them? Are you serious? Oh, wow, that is unlucky. That is unlucky for me, isn't it? Wow, that's really unlucky. Okay, well, there's not much I can do about that. I guess we're just going to do what we can here. Just going to try to take as many people as I can. And then we're just going to move on. But yeah, I was really hoping I'd be able to get every single one of them in this battle and actually capture every single one. That would have been amazing, because look at what they've got. They've got literally nothing in here. They have no... Their garrison is basically pointless. Their garrison is literally the worst thing that you could ever imagine. But unfortunately, now we missed out on that opportunity. We're not going to be able to capitalize on it. Well, the best thing I can do right now is, as I just said, go around and attack every single person I can, trying to capture every single one. And indeed, look at this, that we are actually taking these guys apart right now, which is absolutely fantastic. Let's just save here just in case. And indeed, I think it would have been amazing if we could have gone in here to Skarhout and maybe... Oh, wait, they've all left? Really? A lot of them have actually left right now. I might be able to catch up to them. We are moving very, very fast. Oh, there's a guy here called Galyk. What's he licking? Something called Gah? I don't know. I mean, maybe he's a Klingon. Maybe he's a Klingon. So, Gah. He would obviously be going for that. Who knows? But yeah, anyway, we're going to be going for him. He's from Dale. Hello there, sir. Good evening. Alright, so actually before we go in and actually face Galyk, we're gonna be speccing him. Yes, we're gonna spec Bruce into a couple of things. So we can indeed get him some endurance. Thank you very much. I'll definitely take that. We'll get tracker as well, because I absolutely love having that increased travel speed while following a hostile party. That's really good. And then we'll go for forgivable... Yes. We'll go for forgivable grievances. Haha. I can actually speak. Isn't that amazing? And then we'll also go Way of the Spear. Thanks very much for that. Otherwise, we'll put another focus point in athletics. And then I suppose I will go for another point in cunning. I know. It seems a bit weird for me to do that, but I am going to do that. And then we finally made it to level 20. So we can now start speccing into something in the tier 3 tree here. And we're going to see what we can do. So what are we thinking about right here? Charge greatly reduced, ever present and relentless while active. Let's see. Greatly expanded. Boosts charge damage, mount speed. Yeah, so basically, here's the thing. This is the funny thing about this particular ability. Personally, this needs heavy cavalry, right? This needs heavy cavalry, not horse archers, but it needs heavy cavalry, because charge damage, mount speed, melee damage, that all speaks to heavy cavalry. Unfortunately, I don't have that, actually, at the moment. So, yeah, I guess I'll just go with this, and we'll try to see if we can get it back just that much faster. I believe we are actually getting it pretty quickly, you know, recharged. You know, the cooldown is pretty fast. At least that's what it seems like. I don't really know. Anyway, we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes. Obviously, we now have Way of the Spear, which means that we're going to be inflicting so much more damage. This is actually one of the... You know, it's actually quite satisfying. That's one of those things that I personally feel like you're not really going to know about unless you've actually tried it. Because I didn't know beforehand. And it's this thing where you go into a siege or go into a battle and you're on foot and you're using your spear. And it's literally you're using it thrusting, right? You know, you're using it with a thrusting mechanic. And it's like, wow, okay, this is actually extremely satisfying if you can land the hits. If you can land the hits because the enemy isn't, you know, crowding you out or anything like that, then you're going to have a great time. Then it's going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, if the enemy does crowd you out, then, well, it's been nice knowing you. But, yeah, you know, that's neither here nor there, I suppose. Anyway, let's just try and see if I can go straight on through these guys here. Unfortunately, I am ending up missing quite a few of them. Nice. Get that guy out of there. Oh, pretty big damage, actually. Pretty big damage. Actually, not bad. And, yeah, now they're gonna try to collapse on us a little bit here. Not a big fan of that. Yeah, not a big fan of that. Alright, let's tell everyone to charge in. Why not? I think that sounds like a pretty decent idea, and we can maybe, just maybe, inflict a little bit more damage to their ranged troops. Their ranged troops are going to be kind of, I wouldn't say difficult, but I would definitely say that I feel like they've been reworked. Is that just me? I feel like the Dale units have received some love in the update, or shall we say, since I previously played. Maybe I'm wrong about that, I don't know, but it feels to me like they've gained some pretty nice stuff. As you can see, I'm just going to activate my ability again, and we're going to see if we can maybe do something. Oh, nice, we pushed that guy off. Let's see how long it actually takes. Oh, the career ability is now only 15 seconds. Yes, indeed, it is only 15 seconds for us to use it. Look at this, I can literally use it every 15 seconds, and it lasts 8 seconds, as far as I'm aware. And you know what that means? That means I have it more than 50% of the time. So that's pretty crazy, if I do say so myself. I love that. That's absolutely amazing. I'm going to continue using it because it actually does, or it should, provide some benefits to our own forces as well. I'm kind of hoping that it does. And I'm just going to... 2 seconds remaining. There we go. Nice. Use it again. And we're just going to continue absolutely slaughtering. And this is exactly the reason why I said to you just now, spears are actually really, really fun if you use them on foot. And yeah, it is still fun to use them on horseback because look at how much damage we're capable of doing. You know, it's pretty crazy. But if you go like this and you try to get a couple of slashes, well, not slashes, a couple of thrusts on the enemy, and you actually manage to kill some, especially with these nice little overheads that specifically target the head, it's so fun to actually see that work, because usually you're going to think, oh no, a spear, that's never going to be effective, right? But look at what we're doing here. Look at these headshots that we're getting. Obviously not in that case, but look at this, 185 damage, and I had no speed. I had no speed to speak of right there. There was no charge damage whatsoever. I was moving very, very slowly, and yet I'm able to get these massive damaging hits just purely because it's a polearm on the head with the guard perk. You know, the guard perk is just crazy good too. Anyway, there you go. 37 influence, 16 renown. Very nice. And indeed, we will now be moving on. And oh, we actually leveled up a huge amount. Wow, very, very nice. Okay, so this is what's really cool now. Yeah, so as you can see, we can actually get these guys. Yeah, we can actually start getting some of the heavy cavalry. That's going to be a lot of fun. What do these guys go into? Let's have a look. Ah, they basically just go into archers. Okay, but you can see here that it's actually quite funny. The troop trees, they have really, really strong units no matter what you really go for. Yes, you can get stronger units if you go for one or the other, you know, because obviously there are going to be, you know, advantages and disadvantages to going for both of those, or should I say differing advantages for going for either one. But when you're looking at, for example, let's say that you want to go for horse archers, right? If you want to go for horse archers, if you look at the alternative to the horse archer in that troop upgrade line, you're not really losing as much as you might think in regards to pure statistics. Which is, in my opinion, very cool, because that means that you can, if you want to, basically just be like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm going to play as Rhun, but I'm not going to use any horse archers. You could do that. If you really, really wanted to, you could do that. That would be a thing that you could do. It's not like, you know, unviable, because you actually do have the ability to level up these troops into some pretty decent infantry units, right? Some pretty decent infantry units, and you've got some great archers as well. So if you want to do it like a challenge run or something along those lines, then you can do that, and it's pretty easy. You don't have to struggle with, you know, just like a massive limitation on what other kinds of units you can field. So if you really don't want to go with horse archers, then you've still got some really nice heavy infantry and very, very accurate and deadly archers instead. Wow, we're getting some wonderful snipes on these daily and merchant guards right now. And it's actually quite staggering to see them just get completely murdered. Let's see what we can do here against these guys, though. And that's all she wrote. There's no way these guys are going to be able to do much else. And yeah, the amount of... I mean, the funny thing is, my horse archers don't seem to even be getting that many kills. As you can see right here, I've got 68 of them, and they have only gotten 22 kills, which is very, very surprising to me. I would have expected these guys to be absolutely murderous. However, the people that are actually getting the kills are the LOTRAOM Gilded Marksmen. Those guys are actually the ones that are proving themselves to be extremely, extremely powerful. So, as I said, it just goes to show, horse archers, not necessarily the go-to when it comes to playing as Rhun. You don't really need to go for them. You could literally just be like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm going to just use archers instead. And it turns out that that does maybe seem like the way to go. Because look at how crazy it was. Very, very powerful for them to only have like a fraction of the amount of people that the horse archers have on the battlefield, and yet the archers were, well, we're killing basically more than the horse archers were, which is crazy. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. Relationship with the same gender, yeah, I guess so. We got some focus points here to spend. So what are we going to do? Are we going to spend it in? I guess we'll spend it in leadership, because I would like to get to 100 leadership just to get famous commander, because despite the fact that, yeah, you know, renown is going to come to us eventually, it might be quite nice for us to just speed that up a little bit. So, ransom offer with this guy, and I'm going to say no to that, thanks very much, because I think I can probably get more from the ransom broker. I don't know whether that's actually the case, but... yeah, I think we've actually taken this, haven't we? Yeah, we did take that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over there. I'm going to see what I can do about selling this guy. And then, who knows? Ooh, should I become a vassal and just try to take this? You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. So, Rhun is this guy. He's, yeah, it's this fellow, as we know. Zamian, he's the Zula of Zun. And we are indeed going to send a messenger to him in just a second. Aha! Alright, so we've got some information on where Zamian is, and he's currently being held zaptive at Skarhald. So we are actually going to be going over there, and we're going to try to break him out. Yes, let's try to break him out. I don't know whether that's even going to work, because I have so many people. So many people in my army at the moment, and that is, well, it's fundamentally... illogical to assume that we would be able to do that, considering I have 123 people. I mean, imagine turning up outside someone's fief and being like, would you mind if I broke into your prison real quick? And then there's 100 people standing right next to you. Yes, probably not going to work out too well, is it? Well, let's try it. Alright, so I've actually snuck in here. I have no idea what this just meant, but someone said, you have no contact here. You must set one up. I don't know what this actually means. As you can see, this guy is looking around for me right now. Let me see. Where's the... is this the guy I need to speak? I have no... oh, no. There's the contact. There we go. There we go. All right. So I'm trying to break out our friend, Mr. Zamian. And I've just used super speed, so who knows whether it's going to crash. I don't know whether it will, but I cannot bear walking through at a snail's pace. That would absolutely kill me right now. So we are just going to zoom, and let's see, where is the contact? Where is he? Over there. Okay, so he's relatively far away. And as you can see, there are no... I don't have a weapon, right? I don't have a weapon, so I'm not going to be stabbing anyone right now. But I can now speak to this guy. Hello there, sir. Right, something tells me that you're not just an ordinary beggar. Look, I can help you lie low and stay out of sight for a bit if that's what you need. Okay, well, what do you want in exchange? Nothing. I suspect your good favour is worth more than the few coppers I normally charge for my services. Alright, here we go. Very good. I think it'll be safe for you to go about your business in a short time. The less time we spend talking, or shall we say, talking together, the better. So you might not see me again. Alright, yeah, I doubt it because the game will spawn you out. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so, yeah, a cautious dwarven merchant. Okay, yeah, so what am I actually supposed to do now? Because I don't have any quests. I assume I should... Wait a minute, let me have a look. There's the Lord's Hall. There's the dungeon. I don't have a weapon, as you can quite clearly tell. So let me just leave. Aha, there we go. Okay, so in other words, now we have a contact in this town. You can go about your business disguised. So we can sneak in as quickly as we can, which would be a 14% success rate, which is really bad. Or we can do a very, very cool thing here. It doesn't seem as though he's actually here, by the way. Someone said that he's here, but it doesn't look like he is. But I'm going to take a walk around the town disguised. Let's see whether we are given a weapon this time. Because if we're given a weapon, are we? No, we're not given a weapon. Okay, interesting. So does that mean that I actually do have to sneak in as quickly as I can, quote unquote? And, well, the thing is, I am kind of not really wanting to do that because I am going to get killed. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll be able to make it. I mean, if I am just very, very careful here. These guys have no idea what's up. They have no idea what I'm going to do. Okay, let's see. This guy's naked, but we can just ignore that. Boom. Door is locked. Okay, I'll talk to the prison guard. You need to move along. I'm on duty right now, and I can't spare any coin. May heaven provide. Okay, so in other words, I am unable to get into the dungeon. Can I... Get out of my face, you vile beggar. Well, actually, I'm going to punch you. Yeah, I'm punching. Boom. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. I don't actually have a weapon or anything like that. So it looks to me like, unfortunately, we will not be able to do the prison break unless I can actually sneak in. So I'm going to try that. Alright, so instead of actually going into the battle, I'm just going to auto-resolve. It is a slightly easier thing to do, especially considering the crashes, unfortunately, we're still plagued with. That is, I think, probably because I have super speed installed, so I will probably be disabling that in between episodes. I'm going to see if that makes a difference. If it doesn't, then that's just how it is. You know, it's a work in progress, as I said. Very much still being worked on, still in development, and they're doing crazy work. I mean, really. I mean, you've seen this, right? You've seen how crazy cool this is. And we're going to otherwise... yeah, I'm actually not entirely sure what to really do now, because what I wanted to do was actually become a vassal and then go in for the siege. That would have been the greatest thing for us to do. But the unfortunate thing is that we are now unable to speak to him because he is a prisoner. And I think he is actually still a prisoner, which is very, very surprising, because I would have expected him, or at the very least, I would have expected Rhun to actually make peace. And as you can see, I can't send a messenger to this guy or anything like that. So I actually wonder, is there someone else that I should join? Do I want to join someone else except Rhun? I don't think that's good, right? I don't think I want to do that. So I'm thinking what we'll do is, can I send a messenger to her? I can. Well, that's not going to do anything. I don't think, right? That doesn't do anything? I mean, I actually don't know whether she has the power to accept people. I highly doubt it. But this is the best. But this is the best shot that I have basically to become a vassal. So let's have a look. Hello there. Yes, I would like to... You need to talk to our leader. He's unfortunately held captive at this place. Okay, yeah, so unfortunate for me that that is indeed the case. And I think what I'm going to have to do is I will have to get rid of my army, basically. I will have to get rid of my army. I could have gone and... I don't know. I should have probably increased my roguery skill, right? I probably should have increased my roguery because if I'd done that, then my sneaking abilities would be dramatically improved. But I don't currently have the ability to really do that, do I? So I guess what I'm going to do is we will take these units right here, and I think what I'm going to do is, as I said, I will probably donate my units. Yeah, I know. That's a pretty big deal, right? That's a pretty big deal. But the thing is, if I don't do this, basically what's going to happen is he going to continue to be... That's the thing. Is he going to continue to be a prisoner? Because if he's going to continue to be a prisoner, I'm not going to have any possibility of being able to speak to him ever. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I will go over here and I will get rid of, I don't know, 70% of my army or something like that. Alright, so I am going to do this. Yes, we are actually going to be giving away 100 of our troops in exchange for a significant amount of influence. So don't worry about that. We are going to be getting a lot of money. But the problem is we're now having a massive herding issue. So the herding is obviously going to be a problem. So I'm going to have to get rid of quite a few of these mounts. Is that not actually... That's not working? Why is that not working? What's going on with that? Is it because of the... Oh, never mind. I have loads of sumpter horses. I had no idea that that was actually the case. Okay, I'm going to have to get rid of quite a few of these. There we go. Massive amounts in actual fact. And how's the herding? 1.6. Okay. Let's get rid of some of these as well then. And I'm going to assume that I should probably get rid of a load of my grain and everything as well. Yes, as you can see right there. Absolutely insane that I have so much. But yeah, we've got 76 days worth of food. So it's not really necessary that we have that anymore, is it? So I'm now moving at 4.6. I think that's probably good enough. So we are just going to go ahead and make our way over to Skarhald, and I will attempt to do what I can do to sneak in and try to help out Mr. Zamek Zamian. I hope he appreciates this. That's all I can say. Alright, wow, okay, that was actually pretty harsh. We took a very long time to get this to work. Disguised in the garments of a poor pilgrim, you fool the guards and make your way into the town. Okay, we're gonna scout it. And he is indeed here. Wow, I'm actually really pleased that he's actually here, because I was thinking to myself, as soon as I got in here, that he was going to be gone or something like that. I wouldn't have been surprised, to be honest. I really wouldn't have. Anyway. Let's stage a prison break. Let's try and get him. How many people are actually here? What is this? It's going to cost me 20,000. All right, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Let's start it. Let's go. All right, so first of all, we know where he is. He's over there. Let's see if we can make our way there without getting ourselves absolutely massacred. I think we should be fine. We're going to be getting a load of athletics and one-handed skill in the meantime as well, which I'm very pleased about. And indeed, whoa, look at the amount of damage we can do right now. Absolutely insane. And, oh, there's a patrol. Okay, be a little bit careful here. Little bit there we go. Nice, nice, nice. And is he here? Where is he? It says he's over there. Ah, here we go. All right. Oh, I see. A second level. I didn't know they could have second levels in the prisons. That's very cool. I don't think I've actually seen a staircase, you know, beforehand. Maybe so. I don't know. Anyway, let's kill this guy. Boom. Nicely done, sir. Good work, Bruce. You can do this. And one more fellow. Oh dear. Never mind, he's done. And then there's another one. Boom, there we go. Feel like playing Hitman, actually. I should play Hitman. But yeah, otherwise, here we go. Here it is. Rescue him. Alright, let's go, sir. Okay, so he's absolutely 100% ready. I'm ready because I have absolutely one of the worst weapons known to man, because I have not done anything in regards to my civilian equipment at all, so this is going to be hilarious. I'm actually going to be surprised if I manage to even make it out of here, to be honest. I think it's probably going to be quite difficult. Oh, nice, nice. Nice little thrust right there. Nice, there we go. And hopefully... Oh, he's actually blocking it. Wow, very good. Okay, I'm actually kind of pleased that Zamek Zamian is defending himself in such a valiant manner. Okay, wait, let's be a little bit sneaky. Here we go. Sneak mode engaged. Ooh, unlikely, actually. Unlikely that he was going to see that, but there you go. He managed to see us. That's okay, though. If I just go sneak, sneak... Oh, yeah, hello. They're returning to their patrol patterns. You see that? Whoa, that was a murder spree if ever I saw one. That was crazy. All right, I believe we're actually done. Yeah, I think that is it. Yes, there it is. All right, we managed to finally, we managed to finally get him out. I can't imagine. Wow. Okay, you may now leave the settlement. Well, I don't know you, but I'm very grateful, he says. I am Bruce. All I ask is that you remember that name and what I did. Tell me, what will you do now? I'll go back to my family. I will remember your help. Okay, so we gained some roguery skill, and yeah, okay. Here's a spoiler, right? Spoiler. I could not get the 14%, 13%, whatever percentage chance to actually work. So I decided, okay, I'm just going to give myself a bunch of roguery skill. Okay, so I'm being completely transparent here, right? I just want you to know that I wasn't able to do it with 13 to 14%, and so I needed to get more roguery skill, and I now have about 212 roguery skill, as you can see right there, and we also have athletic skill 275, which would have happened eventually anyway, but I just want you to know that that is what happened, okay? Because I'm not gonna dress it up and be like, oh yeah, I managed to make this work because I'm special and very good at this game. No, not that. It's literally just because I needed the percentage chance to be higher. And the funny thing is, I spent another 20 minutes in real life, 20 minutes trying with a 50% chance, and then it was like, okay, you know what? It's not gonna work. It was just not gonna work. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna level my roguery skill more. So I leveled my roguery skill more. Eventually I got to a 67% chance, and even then that took another 10 minutes. So can you imagine how long it would have taken me to literally have me get into that disguise if I had the same roguery skill as we started with? It would have been absolutely terrible. For some reason I still cannot. Why can't I send him? I can't send him the thing. Okay, I can't send him the I can't send him the little messenger just yet, but I'm hopeful that I will be able to send him that relatively soon. Yeah, kind of, I guess. I'm just going to save here because I'm a little bit worried about, you know, any kind of crash or whatever, but generally, wow, I can't believe it. I actually can't believe that we were able to do that. Finally, for some reason, this does not work. I don't know why. It works for other people, so I guess what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to wait here for a little bit of time. It may just be that the NPC isn't yet capable of receiving messages because he's still sort of like traveling, if you know what I mean. And hopefully that will be rectified relatively soon. And there it is. Okay, we were able to dispatch the messenger. Thank goodness, really. They have absolutely been just, yeah, I don't even know, just taking the mickey out of me, to be honest. That's exactly what they've been doing over the last hour, actually. Really, in real life time, an hour. Can you believe it that I spent trying to get this guy? Oh, I can't believe it. Anyway, hello there, sir. I would like to be more than a mercenary. Perhaps I could be your lover. No, no, I'm just joking. Anyway, I am ready. Zamek Zamian. I swear that you are my Zan, my Zaza, and my Zotekta, because I'm taking the Mickey out of his name, of course, but yeah. Anyway, let's hope he gives us some troops. He's going to give me basically no troops, and also Khuzait Khanate. Obviously, you can basically just ignore this. I'm actually not even going to bother taking these Khuzait units because there is no point. I don't want that, so yeah, I'm just going to do that. I'm over my carry limit, of course. Yeah, so obviously, you know, again, some of this stuff is placeholder and all that wonderful stuff. It really doesn't matter. That's absolutely fine. All I really wanted is to literally just be a part, right? Just be a part of the faction. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to go off screen in between episodes, and this may be a slightly shorter episode than I would have wanted. I actually don't know how long it actually is. If it's around half an hour, then I suppose that's fine, but I would have preferred it to be a little bit longer. But anyway, my apologies for the for the rigmarole that we had to do. I'm actually really surprised that we had to do all of that just to get him freed from his imprisonment. And yeah, so what I'm going to do in between episodes, I'm going to run around the runic territory, and I'll try to pick up as many really good troops as I can. I'll try to fight them, obviously, with just nice little smooth auto-resolves all around the area here. And then in the next episode, we will go on an absolute murder spree, and these guys are taking advantage of the fief that I wanted to take, but I guess that's, you know, neither here nor there. You know, good on them for doing that, right? Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.